What it do? What it do?
Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Apparently shit is going down. Shit is going down worldwide. Worldwide. We're all dead. We're all dead, guys. All of us. I mean, I might not even get to see the nukes. I might get sucked up by a tornado. My phone screeched me awake this morning with a National Weather Service alert for a tornado warning that's in effect for this area until, I think, an hour from now or some shit. So, maybe this will ward it away. No tornadoes, please. I would love to have no tornadoes. Anyway, fuck all that. You're about to get drafted? Oh, shit, yeah. I think I might be safe from the draft. Not sure, though. I don't want to get drafted. You got some tornado warnings this morning too, yeah. Just another storm. It's a giant thunderstorm outside. You looked out the window and saw that big ass tornado, what would you do? I would run straight for it, man. Pull my dick out, start jerking it, start fucking just running full speed towards that tornado. Blow a load in that tornado, dude. Blow a load straight in that tornado, dude. The first man in history to impregnate the sky. See, because you see a big destructive force, I just see nature's vagina coming down to suck my dick. That's exactly what I would do. What would you do? Hide in your basement or some shit? Find a stable structure? Pfft. Pussy. Yep, impregnate the sky, dude. Blow a load in that tornado, it carries it up into the stratosphere and then drops it on somebody else's face like 20,000 miles away. Just fucking all of a sudden, some dude in Bulgaria just gets my load right to his face. And he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? From where came this load? And he'll never find me, dude. He'll be pissed off and looking for the person that blew a load on him. But I'll be all the way in America, dude, chilling. Apple Nasty Ever has another album. You need to name it Impregnate the Sky. Yeah. Our first album was called Born from an Ass. Well, that was our first album idea, at least. The first album was eventually named De La, but yeah, we were thinking about Born from an Ass as a follow-up album. We had this idea of writing a song called Born from an Ass, you know, like a classic rock anthem type of song, and that if we ever played a live show, we would literally, like, there would be like a giant prosthetic ass that would descend from the top of the stage, and then the butt cheeks would spread, and we would each be born from the ass, butt naked, to get on stage and start playing our set. Man, if that would have ever happened, it would have been the most epic concert in the history of concerts. It would have been over. But, you know, as is so often the case, my ambition outstripped my ability. Well, what if you got some girl pregnant from across the world? It ain't mine. It ain't my baby. It ain't mine, man. You know me. You know me. I be infertile, dude. I'm shooting blanks. I'm firing blanks. Wouldn't be me. Somebody else's nut. Wasn't mine. On a lighter note, I finally got around to listening to 10,000 Days. I'm so fucking hyped for their next album. Yeah, dude. It's gonna be cool. We'll see what Tool comes up with. The tornado straightens Paul's sperm. Oh yeah, maybe it would, huh? All my crickety sperms, like the wind blows their tails on straight. Uh-oh. How you doing living on this blue marble? I mean, I'm trying to enjoy my last few days here, as everybody else should, you know. The nukes are coming. World War III is nigh. I had a real moment last night because it was me, TJ, Ashley, Chelsea. We were all chilling downstairs, and TJ was flipping through YouTube and found a CNN story about Trump declaring, well, not declaring war, I guess, ordering strikes into Russia. And I had a total moment. I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and he's like, you know, I just started noticing everything about him. He's wearing like 6 inches of pancake makeup, and he's reading off of an obvious script, and there's no emotion in his voice whatsoever. There's nothing in his voice or demeanor to convey the weight of what he's saying, because he's just a dude reading from a script. He's just been told what to say. And he's standing in front of the nation talking about how before we decided to do an investigation into the chemical gas attack, the alleged chemical gas attack perpetrated by the Assad regime for no fucking reason whatsoever. Think about that. Bashar al-Assad has just had his country turned into a partial parking lot just several months ago due to the same thing, right? Because he decided to gas a neighborhood. And then right as the United States is thinking about pulling out of Syria, he just, oh yeah, let me gas another neighbor. I'm like, whatever, dude. It's just, it's all a fiction. You know what I mean? And I know that. I've always known that. But man, did it fucking hit home watching that speech he was giving last night. Just, it's all a pageant. It's all a play. He's up there in stage makeup, reading off of a teleprompter, trying his best to seem presidential, but failing at it. It's like a high school play. That's the level that we're given to justify our tax dollars, our friends and family being put into harm's way, who are soldiers. That's what we get as an excuse. We get a buffoon in woman's makeup standing in front of a camera, reading from a teleprompter, something that somebody else who we didn't elect wrote, to justify missiles being launched into a foreign country over an incident that we haven't even properly investigated and traced to the regime that we're bombing. All so that the United States has an excuse to use Syria like a little chess piece in its geopolitical games against Russia and Iran and Saudi Arabia. That's the scariest thing about this. And it's been true since the beginning. So feels weirdly familiar. Yeah, it should. Macron said he had evidence. Well, where's the evidence? Don't you think the international community, especially those people whose tax money is supporting these missiles being fired into Syria, deserve to see that evidence? Mattis couldn't even name what chemical Assad used last night. It's just a fucking nightmare, dude. It's just a fucking nightmare. Show the weather radar on screen. Louisiana's getting hit. All right. Interactive radar view. Okay. I mean, there it is. I'm Cross Lake Pontchartrain right in here. So yeah, we're being shit slammed right now, folks. The tornado warning was no joke. It was no joke. Yeah, I might just get sucked through the roof on stream. Man, that'll be the most epic ideology ever, dude. If I just get sucked through the roof by a massive tornado. It'll be fine, dude. This type of shit happens here all the fucking time. Our entire backyard is basically a river now. It's flowing out of the backyard, around the house, down our fucking driveway, into another river that's flowing by the side of the road. I mean, it's just flooded to shit. Yeah, that'll be the ultimate flushing of you guys, dude. The ultimate chat flush. A fucking tornado rips the roof off of my house and just sucks the entire stream up into it. Yeah, if you guys piss me off today, I'm just going to throw you guys into the tornado. It's harder to do with this rig, though. You know, I'd have to be on my phone. I have multiple backup channels. You know, working on YouTube is... That's just what you got to do. If you want to speak your mind here, then you better have backup channels, because your ability to stream to your fucking fans and subscribers is going to be taken. You know, those of you that haven't heard through the grapevine, Deep Fat Fried received a community guideline strike for hate speech because of a flash fried that we did like 2 weeks ago that mentioned Jewish pork. That video was removed and our ability to stream was taken away because that video, according to YouTube's review, incited hatred or violence towards a protected group, which is something that we have never fucking done one time in the history of being on the internet. So yeah. Praise be to Senor Tomat. Yeah, dude. You just convinced the entire world to just hate Jews with that video. It definitely wasn't us just riffing on a news story about a rabbi that says that cloned pork would be kosher. No. We were definitely trying to get people to perpetrate the Holocaust too. Jew kill boogaloo. Whatever. TJ Does Life got a strike last night, did it? I didn't hear about that. I don't think that that's necessarily true. People are saying, yeah, it is. It did. Oh. Fan diddly-tastic. Well, we better just keep it clean here, guys. It's clean theology now. We're only going to talk about fluffy bunnies, puppy kisses, warm, happy purring kitty cats, and flowers. That's the new topic. So which one do you guys want to tackle today? I like to talk about flowers, personally. I think flowers are the most beautifulest thing that you ever did see. Family-friendly content, guys. Cotton candy. What a fucking joke, dude. What a total fucking obscene joke. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that there was a pollen allergy sufferer tonight, so we won't be talking about flowers. Okay? Because I definitely would not want to offend anybody who might have a pollen allergy. Yeah, YouTube is a piece of shit. Congratulations, folks. YouTube is a total abject piece of shit. As someone who has no family, I'm offended that YouTube suggests that content should be family friendly. Oh, snap. YouTube giving offense. They're going to have to ban themselves. Is playing Final Fantasy 15 the gayest thing you've ever done? Probably. It's probably close. MuskTube. Yeah, dude. Where's MuskTube? Come on, Elon. You're a rich fuck that likes to, you know, take on projects that don't necessarily turn a profit. Why don't you buy YouTube? Or create something better? BitChute. Okay. You think Pornhub will save us with their new site? Okay. Well, I'm not holding my breath. But maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. I'm going to leave you guys with the tornado real quick. I'm going to go grab something to drink. Conspiracy theories abound as to why I do this. I'll be back. I'm back. Never fear, never fear, never fear. Paul is here. Papa Paul is here. Don't worry. Don't worry. Calm it down, guys. Calm it down. Everything's going to be just fine. Paul's got it under control, okay? Don't worry about all this nuke nonsense, okay? Everything's going to be just fine. Everything's going to be just fine, guys. Trump is destined to be Bush 2.0. I mean, Trump is our, like, I mean, if you were actually lived through the George W. Bush administration, I would love to hear if you disagree with me that Trump is already worse. Even though, you know, Bush presided over more death and destruction, in terms of, like, a national administrator, I'd rather have Bush. If somebody gave me a button in front of me right now. Yeah, this is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. This is extremely dangerous to our democracy. But yeah, no, if I could press a button and give us back Bush Jr., done. I'd do it right now. I'd do it right now because I think it would be the best thing for this country. Dude, no. Okay. Well, my argument has been refuted. Oh, look who it is. Welcome back to the Billy Goat, dude. Billy Goat. Billy Goat is back from catching some salt shrapnel from me the other day. Everybody welcome Billy Goat back. He caught a full load of salty buckshot to the face the other day. I just unbanned him today before the show. So, welcome him back. Welcome him back to the fold, dude. We are all children of the salt here. The goat. Trump bombed his political career harder than Syria. Americans hate war. Just look at the polls. Yeah, you know, for a country that hates war, though, we've been embroiled in pretty much constant war for what now? Over 10 years? Over a decade of constant war? It's got to be even more than that. But yeah, we definitely hate war, though, for sure. Just kidding. We like to pretend we hate war, but we don't hate it enough to not elect warmongering neoconservatives and liberals in name only who are looking to engage in military conflict as quickly as they possibly can. So, you know, I don't believe that we don't like war. I believe we like to talk about how we don't like war. I believe we like to be perceived as a people who don't like war, but we don't act like a people who don't like war. We act like a people who are fine with our political class continuously prosecuting wars all over the fucking globe. Life is boring without conflict, but people don't like the responsibility. Yeah. Yeah, they want the conflict. They like the conflict. But they don't want to be blamed for the conflict. They don't want to be the people that other people look at and say, you're responsible for this conflict. Most people are unaware of how much war we're in right now. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's business as usual here. It's McDonald's and Starbucks and shitty jobs that we hate. Terrible forced family gatherings and, you know, all the shit that we fucking get ourselves busy with. How will Putin react? I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Guess we will just have to wait and see. You think there's any shame in avoiding family gatherings? No. No, not at all. I don't think there's any shame in making a decision as an adult to do anything that you fucking want, as long as it doesn't infringe on the rights of another person. You know, you want to fucking disown your family, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. You want to never go to another family gathering again, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's your fucking choice. We can afford over 5 wars, but universal health care is just too expensive. How are we going to pay for all this free stuff? Yeah. I mean, they do have a point there. It is too expensive if we plan on maintaining our current geopolitical positions. They're absolutely right about that. It would require us to make some cuts in military spending, governmental overhead. It's not a tough choice, T. Jilly. It's not. It's an easy choice, and we've made it. Because we continuously elect and re-elect people who have no desire to give us universal health care and have every intention to continue prosecuting multiple foreign wars and finding new reasons to enter into new ones. I know you're being sarcastic. I may not be good at reading sarcasm all the time online, but I caught that one. Part of war is making sure our dollar still has value, and as an arms exporter, we put on a little show for our customers. Also maintain the value of petrodollars. Yeah, I mean, it's true. It's sad that when people talk like that, like what Leo just said in the chat, right? There's almost an instant feeling, I even have it, where I'm just like, all right, you know, conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories. You know what I mean? But it isn't. It's just the truth. Is that a conspiracy? I mean, I think a lot of people would dismiss it as such, saying that we have ulterior motives to going to war, saying that this current volley of missiles isn't about Bashar al-Assad gassing his own people, but rather about geopolitical positioning against Russia. You know what I mean? Would you like a government like the Federation in Star Trek? No, because I don't think that if I snapped my fingers right now and put the Federation in place, society would crumble under its own weight. We're not at a position right now where any of us could accept a society like the one posited in Star Trek, where there really are no racial divisions, no gender-based divisions, where human beings are by and large judged by the content of their character. No poverty, no sickness, no disease, no hunger. I mean, you know, we're talking about a utopian society here, and if I were to snap my fingers and create that right now, but the magic that I didn't change the minds of the people that are going to be living in that society, they would tear it to shreds. They would absolutely tear it to shreds. The Federation is corrupt. It's definitely, it's not actually a utopia. Well, I'll hear that argument, but I'm completely flabbergasted by the apathy and complete lack of awareness that everyone around me has about all this crazy shit. They just don't care, and it's sad. Can you blame them? I mean, honestly, tell me that you can blame them. They're assaulted 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with stupid fucking nonsense, constant round-the-clock news coverage, constant distraction within that news coverage. Their heads are filled with too much information for them to process. They got their own fucking lives to deal with. They've got a job that they hate to get up and go to. They've got kids that are going out of control to try and fucking wrangle. They've got a marriage that's crumbling. They've got debt and bills and more debt and more bills. Who's got time to care about all this shit? And that's part of this. Keeping us so distracted with just keeping our fucking insane lives together that nobody has the time to care about any of this bullshit. After caring about politics passionately over the last few years, also while balancing work and working for my degree, I just can't care anymore. The well is dry. Dude, I totally fucking empathize with that. I had basically the same thing happen to me. I used to be a voracious, rabid consumer of the news. It started actually when I started working at Starbucks. It gave me access to the New York Times and a bunch of other newspapers every day. And on my breaks, I would go out and smoke cigarettes and, read as much of the paper as I could. And that led me to immediately going home after work and following up on some of the stories from different outlets that I had read that day. And I considered myself pretty knowledgeable about current events. I don't consider myself that way anymore. I mean, I know the basics of what's going on, but I don't pay as close attention anymore. They won against me as well. And that's the plan. The plan is to overwhelm you with so much information, to overwhelm you with so much complex nonsense that there's no possible way that you could generally care about it. Does not caring make you happier? No. It just removes a stressor from your life, one that if you have a brain like mine, you'll probably replace with something else almost immediately. Everyone else is freaking out about the serious situation, and I'm just smoking weed and laughing it up. Well, I mean, good on you, I guess. Empathy definitely is a currency. It's not even almost a currency. I mean, you have to marshal how much you care just as much as you have to marshal any other limited resource in your life. You know what I mean? You have to marshal how much of yourself you give to caring about other people's plight. Because you can just get lost in that shit. You can spiral down into that shit and start neglecting things about your normal life. That's what it led me to do. I became, for lack of a better word, obsessed with the news, and it had a negative effect on almost every aspect of my life. It negatively affected me personally, made my moods far more volatile, exacerbated my anxiety and depression, caused me to neglect my friends, my family, so it's a destructive thing. The Channel Awesome situation is hilarious. It's really not all that hilarious to me. I genuinely, the more and more I'm flipping through YouTube and stuff, and I really only see it when I'm, downstairs on the TV with TJ and he's flipping through. The vultures have just shown up to pick, Doug's corpse clean over this, and he's actually a really funny, talented dude whose voice I like having around in the community, especially the little micro community of movie reviews and stuff. I don't always like everything that he does, but to see him being shamed by fucking every little vulture channel on YouTube. I just have a lot of empathy for that, especially considering that he himself was not accused of doing fucking anything wrong. And I will fight anybody to the death on that, dude. Like, say what you want. Like, maybe he's an asshole. Like, I don't know, but I don't think, as a content creator especially, I'm not ever going to sit back and applaud at somebody being treated that way unless I feel they deserve it. Like, you know, if he was, you know, using his position of power to, you know, try and finger bang Linkara or whatever every day, and was, you know, sexually harassing and sexually assaulting people and making, you know, but none of that is true. There are allegations of sexual inappropriateness against other people in the organization, but the only allegations against Doug, who's basically the face of Channel Awesome, so he gets all the flack, is that he's an asshole director who knows exactly what he wants and doesn't use other people's alternate takes of shit, which, you know, I don't even know how to say it. Like, I've worked with directors before, and that's par for the fucking course. It's very, very, very likely that you're going to get a hands-on director. It is, in my experience, the most common kind of director. A director that looks at the actors as chess pieces and knows exactly what he wants from them, tells them what he wants, and does takes until he gets what he wants. That's pretty much every director in the history of directing, of note. So they're criticizing Doug Bradley for being a filmmaker that has a vision for his product. It's just bullshit. You know what I mean? And all these fucking shitty-ass vampire channels that just glom on to any kind of drama like this because they know the views you're going to come scuttling in. It just makes me want to puke. All these nobodies going, why won't Doug Bradley apologize? That's one that I saw several times as we were flipping through YouTube last night. Why won't Doug apologize? It's like, fuck you. You entitled piece of monkey shit. When did this society start? This, like, gaggle of pussies that just buzzes around people and demands apologies until they get one. How do we let this happen to us, guys? How is our entire fucking life, our social life, being controlled by a nattering horde of fucking screeching, easily offended pussies? And as soon as you step on one of their little fifis, they all just glom onto you and start demanding that you apologize to them as if you owe them anything. How did we allow this to become the fucking background radiation of our society? Fuck every one of those fucking vampiric, tumorous fucking channels that are basking in hundreds of thousands of views because people are too stupid to not know Doug Walker's a decent fucking person. At least a decent fucking filmmaker. They're too stupid to read that document and see sour grapes written all over it. It's just you know what, dude? It's a piece, like, I've seen, like, look, I've been on the receiving end of much smaller backlashes like that within, you know, the little microcosm of the drunken peasants community or the deep fat fried community. And dude, there's nothing that feels worse. That's why it gets done. You know what I mean? That's why people do it, because they know that, you know, people that create this type of stuff for a living care about it. And it's just fucked up, dude. It's fucked up to see somebody, anybody, that is a useful fucking contributor just fucking swarmed by a bunch of fucking crybaby pussies demanding an apology for doing absolutely nothing wrong. That's the answer, by the way. That's why Doug Walker hasn't apologized, because he did nothing wrong. People act like they should be apologized to. Oh yeah, that's it. It's an entitlement thing. They want to feel like they have caused a change in something that normally they would have no power over. Because they, you know what? They can't create Channel Awesome. They can't go out and make movie reviews and movie retrospectives like Doug Walker does and get millions of views like Doug Walker does. They can't do that, but you know what they can do? They can get an apology out of that highfalutin piece of shit. Fuck these people. Fuck their empty little lives that they have to fill with fucking platitudes like that. Oh, look at me. I took somebody that's creating something, that's contributing something, and I brought them to their knees and made them apologize to me. Wee! Wee! And we've allowed these people to be the dominant fucking baseline of our fucking society. It's the drum beat. It's the rhythm section of our society, is this cloud, this pestilential swarm of crybaby pussies. This pisses me off more than the fucking Syria shit. You know what I mean? Because this is realer to me. No, Doug did not seriously apologize. There are people making videos all over the place, sucking up hundreds of thousands of vampire views, demanding that he do it, and he hasn't yet. And I fucking hope he doesn't. Doug didn't say anything yet, but nearly everyone at Channel Awesome quit over the past month. Good. Maybe he needed to shed the dead weight. Because I got to be honest with you guys. This is no fucking joke, and I'm not trying to be mean to the other people that create on that channel, but I can't remember the last time I watched something that wasn't Doug Walker from Channel Awesome. So maybe this is a good thing for Doug Walker and Channel Awesome. Maybe they shed some of their fucking dead weight and can focus in on what's actually making the channel work. Maybe they had a crybaby pussy quotient that was a little too high. And they just lost a bunch of dead weight. I hope that Doug continues doing what he's doing. I hope he does it with a newfound fervor for what he does. And I hope he kicks these people's asses by continuing to be a personality that people want to watch and continuing to make a living doing what he's doing, despite their constant whining. That would be the happy ending here, folks. But knowing how much power these people have to create a little tempest in a teapot and create these fucking online lynch mobs where everybody suddenly, the most important thing in their life is to hear Doug Bradley apologize to them personally, knowing how much power and influence those people can accumulate because a crybaby pussy attracts another crybaby pussy like a magnet, he might fucking get down on his knees and apologize at some point to save his channel. And if he has to do that, it's nothing but a negative for everybody. Those that consume content and those that make it. Everybody loses when Doug Walker apologizes to these stupid, self-entitled, fucking self-obsessed crybaby bitches that have taken over our fucking social discourse. I'm over this shit, man. I'm 110% over this fucking shit. Would you say the same if Trump's companies were covering up sexual assault and people were mad at Trump? Oh, wait, I forgot that you don't like Trump. It's different when people you like do it, right? Hey, ping pong ball joke guy. Let me explain to you why you're a fucking retard. Doug Bradley doesn't own Channel Awesome. Channel Awesome is owned by somebody else. In fact, Doug Bradley doesn't own the Nostalgia Critic character. That intellectual property is owned by someone else. Doug Bradley's a fucking performer. You dumb, blithe fucking retard. Doug Bradley, yeah. I keep calling him Doug Bradley. Whatever, Doug Walker. Whatever. I'm just going to keep calling him Doug Bradley now. For the confusion factor alone. Why so salty, dude? It's so early. Dude, I wake up salty. I wake up salty, my friend. Salt, salt, salt. God, man. I mean, whatever. The salty call-outs are fun, I guess. Am I signed out? I mean, sign in to chat. Whatever. YouTube's having a great time here. Huh. Bunch of crybabies, dude. They're aided and abetted by these fucking salt call-out people, too. Anytime somebody gets passionate about something, these people line up to discount anything that they're saying. Salty. Like, it's like living with a bunch of, like, human beings sprinkled amongst a population of parrots that have been transported into human being bodies, you know what I mean? Just the capacity that some people have for repetition of other people's ideas and jokes that everybody else uses is fucking just never ending on the internet. It's one of the things that, like, is most shocking to me about the internet. Like how people, like, will post memes until literally their grandmothers are sending them, and then they just move on and do the same thing. And it's all just everybody repeating someone else's idea over and over and over again until it's meaningless. What kind of pastime is that? Like, whatever. I guess I can't really stand in judgment of what this generation has decided is important to them. But holy shit, guys, how the fuck did that happen? How did what happen? How did everybody start thinking that they were a fucking stand-up comedian by copying and pasting someone else's joke over and over and over again until it's so fucking ubiquitous that it's meaningless and everybody hates it? And then instead of learning from that tragic failure, go back and just do it again. Do I need to explain it to you again? Or you got it now? Important to this generation would be a strong wording. Enjoyable to some of this generation would be more accurate. I mean, enjoyable to a significant cross-section of this generation, sure. Not everybody in this generation is a social media memester. Okay, got it. Twitter and Facebook upped the narcissism, you think? Twitter and Facebook. Yeah. there is kind of an idea that comes with both of those platforms that what you say matters. You know what I mean? Or at least matters more than it really does. Because every once in a while, just some nobody gets responded to by somebody in the elite. So just that simple fact, dude, makes everything you're saying, you know, because it's happened to those other people, it should happen to you. And God damn it, you're going to demand that it happen until it happens for you. Because you want to be validated. Validation. Look at all the thumbs up. Look at all the thumbs up my comment got, guys. God. I was wondering how I was going to get out of bed this morning, but then I remembered all those thumbs up. What a weird way to live. Social media was a mistake. Yep. Mark Zuckerberg, like, look at what created it. Have you seen him testifying? I'm sure you have. You've seen some of the fucking footage of his creepy, alien, emotionless, non-human face trying desperately to look human. That's what created Facebook. That's what basically lit the fuse on modern social media. Now, Facebook wasn't the first, obviously. MySpace was, but I hate to look at the past through rose-tinted glasses, but does anybody remember MySpace being way cooler than Facebook? Like, in retrospect, now that we've seen what Facebook has become and what it is now, does anybody remember MySpace being pretty goddamn cool? I kind of do. I remember MySpace pages being fucking pretty awesome. At least in comparison to fucking Facebook. Yeah, good old Tom, man. Good old Tom. To quote Boogie, if you want to get on social media and get big, you are a narcissist. I mean, that's like saying if you spend hours a day staring at your own reflection, you're a narcissist. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's true. Zuckerberg doesn't even look like an android. He doesn't even tip the uncanny valley in that direction. To me, he looks, I think I called him in one of the previous streams, he looks like something that's wearing a human being's skin. That's really the best that I can kind of do to encapsulate what he makes me feel when I look at his fucking slack-jawed face. He looks like a thing that put on a human skin. Like he's just wearing Mark Zuckerberg. You know what I mean? He's not actually being Mark Zuckerberg. He's just wearing it like a suit. There's rumors that Mark Zuckerberg is planning on running for political office. Oh my God. Well, I before this last election cycle, I would say that's a pipe dream that'll never happen because somebody that's so disconnected and unlikable could never be a president. But take a look at where we're at now, folks. Anything is possible. Pro wrestler presidents. I mean, we've kicked the flood. That's one thing about Trump that nobody is talking about. Because they're so embattled right now, just talking about every little aspect